Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Gardener. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So this is how my Limifolia looked some time back. This video was shot on the 19th of June 2022, and you can see over here the succulent was doing quite well. The Haworthia was doing quite well. You can also see there is a bloom at the center, and you will be able to see there are two pups. Now the pups were not in a very good condition. In fact, the mother plant was also quite dehydrated, but I had to move it to indirect bright light. Now I give all the credit to my environment currently, because it's quite cold and it's very moist because it has been raining a lot. There is hardly any sun. So I wanted to quickly show you how my Haworthia tends to look right now. So this is my Haworthia Limifolia. You remember the bloom stalk that was at the center. This was the bloom stalk that was at the center. As I've said, they always tend to put out right at the center, but this is not a death bloom. And now this is how the bloom stalk looks like. The flowers have come up, so it's going to be a little windy, so I'm going to hold it, and you can see this is how the flowers of Haworthia Limifolia tends to look like. They have changed the name, but I prefer to call them as Haworthia. So you can see the blooms are absolutely beautiful. It is almost I would say a feet long. It tends to grow a feet long, the bloom, and then at the end you get these flowers. Now guys, if you're not interested in the blooms, it's absolutely fine. All you have to do is just cut it off right at the center. Just cut it off because I had just kept this bloom to show you guys, but I'm just going to chop it off. Now I have done this because I do not want the mother plant to spend all the energy on blooming, because the blooms are of no use to me. I don't keep them usually, but I had just kept it to show you guys. And these are the pups. You can see now the pups are much more healthy from what it was last time. This was the first one, and this was the second one. You can see they are extremely healthy. A long way for them to grow, because this variety tends to grow quite slow. And now if you take a look at the leaves are looking even more better from what it was last time. The leaves were quite narrow at that point of time because there was less water, a lot of sun. But now ever since I have moved it, you can see it is starting to get that shape back, and the leaves are not straight. They always tend to have this turn like this. It looks like a wheel. So that's what the beauty of this succulent is. So this is the bloom stalk. I just cut it off because I want the plant to concentrate on its own growth, and because it already has two pups, so it is already dividing the energy between these two pups, and plus it has a bloom, so I wanted to cut off the bloom so that now it can conserve that energy and provide that energy to the new pups. I will wait probably another 2 or 3 months, and then I will separate the pups, because right now they have already reached to a decent size, but I'll still wait for some more time. Because if I'm going to separate these pups, the mother plant will be able to have more energy for itself rather than giving it to the pups. But right now the pups, you can see I would just wait for another couple of leaves on them before I go ahead and separate them. I do not want to separate them right away, which I can do it right away. There is no harm because they already have their individual roots. They are already of a decent size, but again I think I'll wait for some more time. However, the mother plant is doing excellent because of the climate. It has completely changed. The temperatures have dropped down drastically, and there is a lot of moisture in the air, which I'm very surprised that this variety of Haworthia tends to love a good amount of moisture in the air. That's why I always suggest people who are from a humid environment to grow Haworthias, because they prefer a very humid, moist environment, not in the soil. I mean, the soil has to be bone dry whenever you're watering. So just because I said they like moisture doesn't mean that you are going to add too much of water in the pot. Water only when the soil is dry, because if you're going to keep the soil soggy wet or moist wet, the roots will get rotted very easily. So overall the environment should, if it is humid, if it is moist, and if it's cooler, they tend to do quite well. This is how my current temperature is. This is how my current environment is. The temperature in my city has dropped drastically because of the rains, and it's very, very cold, or I would say it's very cool, and that's what our Haworthias are loving. So I am done with the bloom. I have taken off the bloom. Now all I have to do is just wait. The soil is slightly wet because it rained, and now I have to just wait for the soil to be completely bone dry so that I can water it next. So guys, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.